welcome to your swim set training. I'm just going to talk you through the 8 exercises that I've described for this swim set. You're going to do the set of 8 twice through. Each exercise is intended to represent one length of a 25-metre pool. So there you go, that's why it's 16 things. First thing is the single arm pull through from plank position. Now for this, you need some bands, some sort of bands, cords, something. I got mine. Here we go. I got mine. This is something I picked up in the middle aisle of Lidl, special, and it's just kind of hooked around the sofa there. It's got these nice little loops. If you don't have access to, if you didn't have access to the middle aisle of Lidl, then what you can use instead, an old inner tube. It's a little bit stiffer than most bands, but what you can do is you just cut the valve out, and then you've got one long piece. You just adjust the length. Same thing, just wrap it around something solid, and you'll want to make some sort of loop for your hand. You can stick a paddle in it, so I like to stick a paddle in mine, like that. Figure out the length of your band and then get into plank position, one hand at a time. You're going to go 10 pull throughs. So get yourself so that you can extend this arm, plank position, support yourself, tight core, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then switch hands. You kind of want to try and be going in the line of the band if possible. Core, you're supporting on one hand, reach out and then pull all the way back. And you'll notice it's stiffer towards the back of the pull, which is like your swim stroke. Okay, so that's that. Done. Second exercise, press up. So you're already in plank position, press up position. Everyone knows what press up is. There's lots of ways of doing it. For swimmers, hands pointing forwards, underneath the shoulders a little bit more. Keeping elbows in. It activates the triceps a little bit more. Put your body weight slightly forward is my tip for this. Core really has to work as you rise up. If that's too tough for you, go for like a standard wide elbow press up. That will work the pecs a little bit more. There's lots and lots of press up variations. I don't really care which one you choose, just do whatever is easiest for you to do. 10. Do them as quickly as you can. Obviously these exercises are all designed that it's like 20 seconds per exercise once you're set up. But there's no rush. If you need to break your press ups down into sets of smaller sets to get the 10, that's fine, absolutely fine. Right, third exercise is your overhead squat. Now this is probably one of the more tricky things, maybe something that you haven't tried before. It's a squat, everyone sort of knows what a squat is. The overhead element is holding your weight overhead. It's more of a shoulder flexibility exercise than it is an out and out leg strength. By having your load over your head like this, it sort of maintains your sort of upright posture. It forces you to work your core, and it really tests your shoulder flexibility. So you might find this pretty tough. You don't actually need a weight for this to be a good exercise, so you can have just an empty pole or a blue broom handle, or even you can use your swing cord or your inner tube, pulling out outwards with your arms as you squat down. Yeah, because of my flexibility, I actually find it easier to have a little bit of load on. It helps me get down in the squat position. So you got your hand grip. I go quite as wide as the bar will allow me. again, lack of flexibility. Get your feet right in a comfortable position. It doesn't really matter. It's also, it's just different what you do. If you have a really wide leg stance, you'll use your adductors a lot more. If you go very narrow, then it requires quite a lot of ankle flexibility, which mostly we don't have. And also you're much less stable, so it's a lot harder. It's quite advanced to do it that way. So I'll go for sort of feet just over hip width. It's fine to point your toes out slightly. What you want is you want your feet pointing in the same direction of your plane that your knees are bending in. Okay, and so then you're just going to do 10 like that. So as you go down, keep your eyes up. That'll help keep your back straight. And as you raise up, you want to keep your heels down. Feel like you're pushing up through your heels and almost like you're trying to externally rotate your legs. That'll activate the glutes at the beginning of the push-up. Okay, so 2, 3, like that. Brilliant. Okay, we'll call it 10. I think it's probably 10. Okay, that's that one. Okay, so the next one is your bent over row. Now, if you've got yourself with a loaded bar already like this from the overheads, then great, use that. That'll do. Another thing you can use. It's another way of doing it. You can sort of do the single arm variety, which you've all seen. You kind of you would usually lean just on something and pull up your arm like that. It's a bit high, but never mind. You pull up like that. Or if you don't want to do single arm, you can have a go with doing with your dumbbells like that, just kind of in this sort of gorilla position. So either way, what you're looking for, I'm going to turn this around so the window isn't yeah, what you're looking for is you want to keep your shoulder still as you pull up. You're really sort of focusing on squeezing your shoulder blade back. This shoulder isn't moving backwards and forwards as far as you can help it, okay? So really sort of stabilise and think about it's your back, the muscle in between your shoulder blades working. Again, if you're using a dumbbell, think about your hand grip. Ideally, I think this is better. There must be a reason, I don't know. I just think it's a bit more like swimming. Anyway, the next thing is your bobbin roll. Now, you do need a little bit of equipment and setup for this. So here I'm using that bit of pole that I was lifting over my head earlier, and some sort of weight and a bit of string or ribbon. What you want to do, see, just loop that around there like that, and I've taped it on so it just doesn't slip round as I'm winding. And yeah, the exercise is quite easy. It's a little bit of a killer. So you're going to hold that out at arm's length. Keep good posture, neutral spine, all of this. And then you're just going to wind your bobbin up by twisting the bar in one direction, and you're going to let it down. Oh, that's harder. By twisting it in the other, and you'll feel this for sure. You don't need a heavy weight. You'll feel it in your forearms, especially if you haven't been doing any sort of swimming actions and they've gone a little bit saggy over the last 8 weeks. So you're going to go up and down. So once up, no, twice up, twice down. With this, obviously, if you're a tall person, you've got further to wind it up and down. So this is one where your juniors, or your shorter people are going to maybe sneak ahead slightly on their swim split. Okay, scissor kick doesn't really need an awful lot of explanation. Lie on your back, sort of legs extend, neutral spine. You can do this with your sort of shoulders lifted off the ground to make it a slightly harder workout, activate your core a little bit more as you do it. And then with a straight leg, you're just 2, 3, 4, this. Okay, so straight leg, try and get as good a range as you can. You're not touching the ground in between each kick, you're just doing that. Now, the faster you do it, the faster you'll get through this part of the workout, but the more it'll burn. If you're really, really exceptionally good at that, you could even figure out getting some sort of band involved. I haven't tried this. Okay, probably. The Passover, so you're already in position for your Passover, and it's basically doubling down on the sort of core work now. These 3 exercises. So a Passover, you're going to have something. You can use a cushion, you can use one of your dumbbells, you can use whatever. This weight that I pulled off that bar. Okay, so you're going to lie in a, give yourself some space, fully extended position, and you're passing up from your arms. Oh God, how is this one? Pass from your arms to your legs, back down to your arms, to your legs, down. Like that. So it's 5 of those. Careful you don't drop the weight onto your face. So it's just as effective to use a cushion, something soft. Oh, in fact, nice. Okay, remember it's a core exercise, so just try and stay in control of everything there when you're using a lighter weight. And you're going to go those. Now, there's 2 interpretations of what this is. One is it's like a sit-up where a twist sit-up. So you just bring in your elbow to your knee, which would be an elbow to knee crunch, I suppose, or you're doing a sort of something like that, which it kind of gets the whole body involved, and it really does sort of work the core in a fairly similar way. So either way, that's fine. You're going to go 20 of those, so that's 10 of each knee to each elbow, if you see what I mean. And then hopefully you're going to be somewhere near your bands, and you're going to start the set again straight away.